What's up, my bros? It's your boy TrueKROO here, bringing you a special news announcement. As you guys know, something big has happened and was announced yesterday. Now, I know I'm not the most consistent content creator on this in this community. I'm not the biggest content creator when it comes to views, but I am still here to bring you guys content. And you know what? We are talking big content today. As you can see on my screen here, it's all about Kamen Rider Geats. That's right, Kamen Rider Geats. That is our fourth of the Reiwa era series, following Kamen Rider 01, Kamen Rider Saber, and as of most recent, Kamen Rider Revice, which is still showing as of this moment. Now, we've got our first preview of Kamen Rider Geats apparently in the Reiwa, not the Reiwa, the Revice Battle Familia movie. This is going to be, like, I've, be honest, I've seen the leak, I've heard the audio, obviously leaks odd angle. I do not support that, honestly, though, but I was curious. So they actually linked me to that clip. So that's how I ended up seeing it. But we know that Geats is amazing just based off his appearance. Now, based off of it, you can obviously tell he's based off of Kitsune, the mythical Japanese fox. We do know that when I get to the merch section, there are going to definitely be more riders. Of course, I mean, what's a modern rider series without more than one rider? But as you can see here, he is a nice white and kind of like reddish orange mix for the color. So that is why I think that this series is going to be awesome. Like, we already know that he's going to appear in a winter movie crossover with Revi and Vice as well. But until then, we are still waiting. The show will premiere in September, which is, huge because of the announcement that's going to be happening. Well, not the announcement that's going to be happening, the announcement that was made yesterday, actually. We know, based off of the tweet, as you can probably see in the thumbnail of the video, that Team Kamen Rider US, they've announced that the actual deluxe Henshin belt, the Desire Driver, will be coming to the US. Now, this is huge because, well, for one, typically whenever we get Kamen Rider stuff that comes into the States, it's not from a current series. It's usually a couple series back. Like this year, we're supposed to be getting re-releases of the 01 Driver and the Shot Riser from Kamen Rider 01 when they were aired back in 2019. So that's why this is amazing. We're getting the belt around the same time. Well, at the same time. So thanks to the big boss on Toku Nation, Toku Chris, we do know that because he kind of helped out with a little bit with pushing, showing the community definitely wants Kamen Rider stuff in the U.S. I've been a fan of Chris's for years, and honestly, he does amazing work for what we're trying to do. So he's been pushing and talking with multiple people, putting up these polls, because Bandai, while U.S. fans were kind of just not as noticeable to them as their Japanese market, as time's gone on, they become more noticeable. Different anime conventions or different gaming conventions, things like that, cosplay conventions, San Diego Comic-Con, that kind of stuff. We've had a lot of people who have shown up in Kamen Rider cosplay, done a lot of the meetup events, or Team Rider has done a lot of the meetup events, and I've gotten that the image out there that there are fans on the western side of the world. So, well, I know it's still kind of hard for other people outside the U.S. That do definitely want Kamen Rider. Hopefully, as we progress on, there'll be more opportunities for other people. But as you can tell right now, I know I'm like wiping my nose a lot. Sorry, allergy season. But what we got here, though, is Geats and the announcement of the toys coming to the U.S. So far, we know this information that because it's coming to the U.S., there are still orders open for the Japanese versions. They're released on September 3rd or 4th, around the time that the show will air. But then about like 30, 45 days later, depending on how imports go, the U.S. will also have their own versions. So I'm going to stop this particular share and switch over to a place where you guys can currently get your orders in. Now, when I get to this, I'll also show you guys what a little bit more of the photos of the items we're going to be getting. So as you can see here, Toku Collector, Toku Collectibles, huge, huge that they're getting this in. I've always been a customer of theirs. They're typically who I go for a lot of like my DX stuff, um, or like sometimes even SH Figure Arts, especially the premium Bandai stuff. It's a little bit, or actually, if I recall correctly, who here was, yeah, actually Saber was one of the ones I ordered through Toku Collectibles. Ruby and Vice I got to Amiyami, and then 01. I can't remember where I got 01 from, to be honest. But yeah, no, they're a very good retailer. Very decent prices for those who want to get into the import game or start importing stuff in. So, but as you can tell, we have at least right now 5 different items. Of these 5, though, only these first 2, the Desire Driver sets, will be coming to the US because these are not DX items. But because at least we know, at least from Chris's conversations yesterday in his stream, that DX items are likely coming over or more likely to come over. But these other items are the Shokugan series, so the candy toys. So Shokugan raised buckle set 01, about $60, 6 buckles, so that's about $10 a buckle. Now, when I talk about the buckle, the raised buckle, we know for a fact that the raised buckles have different capabilities or different uses. So from what we saw here with the Desire Driver, 10 different combinations, essentially, or 10 different forms is what it's saying right here on the box. So we know that besides the Magnum and the Boost race buckle, we also get the Hammer buckle. Now, the buckles, it's definitely clear that those that actually do full on like form changes or added on armor will have their own like lights or sounds. Because look at the difference between these two. The Magnum has its like the Magnum looks like a gun with a revolver, as well as the Boost, which looks more like a motorcycle handle, compared to the Hammer, which is not as detailed, but is decently shaped. So what we've seen from these images is that the belt has its own like little base. As you can see a little bit closer, it does look like it has the pin and rail system, kind of similar to the Jiku driver right here. I have like this. So it's likely that you're just gonna have to slide on the buckles, and then that will trigger the combination or whatever form it will do, as well as kind of like this little chip for the middle. I can't remember the name of the chip thing, but it's supposed to be whatever you determine, kind of like the rider indicator on the Sengoku driver, where you have it plugged in, it lets you know like which one this Kamen Rider is. So in this case, this one's Geats, which is fox based things. As I mentioned, the 10 different combinations, so you can just have it with the base form that we've seen, which is just like his helmet with like a black bodysuit and the driver. We have the Hammer buckle right here. Boost upside down. So depending on the position, I know that entails which side it is, if it's for the shoulders and arms or if it's for the legs. Because we know that for Geats, as I showed in the other picture, he has Boost primarily as his legs, or at least as in the promo images, Boost is his legs. But we've seen other promo images of Boost being his arms, which is giving like red armor arms. And then we have Magnum over here, Magnum as legs, Hammer and Boost, Hammer and Magnum, Magnum Boost, and then Boost Magnum. So in reverse. So many different combinations, a lot of different awesome things that we're going to see. And you can see the different entry or like different sound effects. So like entry, armed hammer, ready, fight. So revolve on. So when it says revolve on, I'm thinking that like it's almost gonna have kind of like this the driver itself, because I see that little button up there on the side. Okay, yeah, it shows right there that it's gonna be kind of like the Jiku driver, where it's able to rotate. But I think in this case, it will rotate lock in the position for when you have it in the different form. So yeah, this is the US release pricing, $70. It's going to be coming out, or you have the deposit option of $35. I am going to be receiving a Japan order, so I can get this early, and I'll be reviewing it on the channel. The US comes out in November, and September for the Japanese release. Now, the other thing that will be coming to the States will be the Desire Driver Zombie Raised Buckle set. So, with the holders. So as we can see, this is going to be our secondary rider, or at least one of our antagonistic riders, which has the buffer, like little ride indicator thing right there, which is indicating a bull. And we have this awesome zombie buckle, which actually opens up. It looks like a rib cage when it's not open, which is awesome. And it just pops open, and you can see like it also comes with the holder and the little indicator here. I'm hoping that there'll be a separate release for this, so like people who can't get the set but can get the original Desire Driver are able to get this buckle and the holders. I feel like it's likely because we've had that instance before with like with Geo or with Ghost. Not Geo and Ghost. No, yeah, I'm thinking Geo because Geo had the Ride Watch holder with the Ghost icon, or the Ghost Ride Watch, and you had it as a separate own set, or in the set with the gates and extra holders. So I feel like that's going to happen too. But we can see the functionality here. Zombie. This is cool. And then, of course, because it's a one-sided buckle, you can add on other buckles like Boost, or not Boost, Magnum. Right. This is a Boost. Boost right here. But of course, and then the holder has the functionality to hold the raised buckles, or it also has the ability to hold onto the weapon, which we've seen before. It looks like it's a handgun combination with a little bit of bless me, with a little bit of like a foxtail at the back, and it folds out into like a kind of like a sniper rifle thing from what we see in the promo images. But yeah, this is going to be a very nice release of things. So we have these different options for those who want to order. The US release will be 100, and then the Japanese release will be 128. And the same thing as like the Desire Driver, US comes out a little bit later, about 45 days in November-ish, and then September in Japan. Now, you gotta remember when you order from these retailers that you're going to have a couple of those items possibly delayed depending on where you're getting it from. Especially, I know that things are starting to open up a little bit more, a little bit better, but we still had transit delays. There are still countries out there that are kind of still in lockdown procedure. So if it does take a little bit longer for your items to arrive, please be a little understanding of what's going on. But yeah, that's Kamen Rider Geats. We have our fourth Reiwa Era Rider with all these different items. This is going to be amazing, the fact that we're getting this in the US. I'm really hoping, as you guys had seen earlier, I'm an SH Figure Arts collector, that we do get Kamen Rider Geats as an SH Figure Arts over here in the States as well. And I hope that Geats has the functionality of being able to switch out those armor parts, because that would be amazing. I think that would be like, I feel like in a marketing standpoint, that would probably go about getting like a bunch of the different combinations as their own thing. But it'd be cool if we get like somewhat like the Beast mantle set, or the eventual, fingers crossed, birthday set, where they have the different components that you can switch and add on depending on how you guys want to have your Kamen Rider set up as. But yeah, Kamen Rider Geats, fourth Era Rider, Reiwa Era Rider. We've seen a little bit of the footage of him in the Revised trailer, or the Revised crossover trailer. We've seen this image that I showed before. Oh yeah, Caboose. All right, here, I'm gonna go ahead and extend an invite to Caboose real quick. So let me send that over to him. Share. Stop screen. Copy. Let me see if I can send a message via the Twitter. Yeah, Caboose. How's it going, buddy? Next. And all right, and him invite. Caboose, you got an invite coming in, man. I already kind of went over the news I wanted to talk about, but I can at least get your opinion on it. But yeah, Kamen Rider Geats stuff coming to the States, huge news, especially because like I said, we never had any Kamen Rider stuff that's in the current series come out the same time as it is coming out in Japan, because most of the time we get like the aftermath. So like, and sometimes you don't even get some of the stuff. Like I know a lot of people were hoping for the Kamen Rider O's CSM stuff, but unfortunately, I know that there was some stuff in the background I can't really divulge, but that kind of blocked that stuff from coming over, which is unfortunate because like Kamen Rider is my favorite series. I definitely want people to see it or be able to play with it. Hopefully, though, this kind of opens the door for more stuff to come in. Of course, we also have, besides Kamen Rider Geats, Futo PI coming up. I believe tomorrow or starting on Monday. I think tomorrow in Japan, Monday in America, essentially. So definitely, if you guys want to see it, get on Crunchyroll. I think that you need a membership to be able to view the first episode right away. But we'll see how things go. So, Caboose, I did send you that invite. So if you're wanting to hop in, man, we can talk. Kamen Rider Geats. Yeah. I mean, guys that are watching, what are you guys hopeful for Kamen Rider Geats? Like I said, we know at least there's going to be another writer with the buffer core. So we'll see how things go. I definitely want to see, because I know that from what at least Chris had mentioned in his stream yesterday, that the Legend Rider stuff is going to be only candy toy. So I gotta hope that I can get my hands on the O's raised buckle when that comes out. But yeah, that's going to be an amazing thing for not just for current fans of Kamen Rider, but new fans of Kamen Rider that want to jump in. All right, Caboose, what's up, brother?
Whoa. I came in and I had to get everything set up. Yeah, I really think the conceptually that the belt's actually really cool, especially when you see like some of the Legend Rider gimmicks or whatever. Like I'm kind of wondering how that's going to be implemented too, because obviously it's going to be the upper and lower half and half.
Mm-hmm.
That is like what this is the third rider that's been a half and half rider, but
Yep.
not. So
I mean, like, well, with the one sec, but with the other half and half riders we've gotten, like Double and Build, they weren't really when they did anything with Legend Rider stuff. Well, for Double, we didn't even get to see any Legend Rider stuff because all of his Legend Rider US Gaia memories they came out afterward.
and that was all candy toys, so none of it was canon to the show.
Yeah, and then with Build, we got to see at least what happens when he uses X-Aid's Doctor in game, and he literally just turns into X-Aid. It's basically like Decade 2.0 for that. But yeah, I'm thinking they're gonna go kind of similar to the Geo, Ride Armor stuff, where they're going to have it be like say for example, if we pick like Deno, right? Probably gonna be like maybe Momotaro's or the sword form head or something like on the shoulder, and then like kind of like extended down to like a Dengasher like arm attachment kind of deal. I'm thinking something like that.
And then like say it's like a double buckle, then it's just gonna be green and brown. No, it's a green and brown, green and black brown. Legs.
Yeah, green and black legs.
But yeah, no, I get what you mean. Or like kind of like how Revice has done it, where it's kind of like similar themed or somewhat kind of similar ideas, where it's like, okay, so this is somewhat based on the rider. So like say it's like a build buckle, like the legs are going to turn into like a tank leg and then a rabbit leg, but it's a literal rabbit and a tank leg or something like that.
Like the foot actually looks like a little tank
or something like that. I mean, that's something like that. That's what I'm thinking is kind of cool. But honestly, I don't want to say that I'm tired of seeing legend gimmicks in like current series, but I at least kind of like how they did with Build, make it just a lot of what's Gamba Rising exclusive. I would like to see a lot of that stuff in Gamba Rising, because I'm pretty sure we've had it for the past 5 years or half a decade or more of having just Legend Rider gimmicks like shoved down our throats.
So yeah, I think that it was well, obviously Decade was kind of where we got our first part of the Legend Rider gimmick, and then a lot of the other stuff was just like, well, it was really dependent on I guess it's the series. Like
Mm-hmm.
with Oz and Forze, the Legend Rider stuff didn't actually give him any like form things or anything. They just summoned the rider or released the rider from the stuff, like as we saw in Megamax.
Mm-hmm.
Wizard is also the same thing, kind of just summoning the rider. Gaim gives us though, like the arms, and then we never really saw what happened with Drive using the shift. Well, I guess the signal bikes, or well, that would have been Mac or Mach. See, my buddy EB always gets me whenever I say Mac instead of Mach.
Yeah, it's a little bit mac and cheesy. I'll just say that. No, but
Mac and Chase.
yeah, yeah, no, but I'd be totally fine to see just like a lot of the Legend Rider forms be Gamba Rising because like at least from it was good like in 0-1 that we didn't have to worry about it. In Saber we didn't have to worry about it. Like I know it's nice to like celebrate the past or whatever, but it's also like I'm trying to think of the best way. I mean, we can start to focus on
Branch out and be more like
yeah.
series focused rather than
It's like, hey, here's a legend gimmick. Okay, it was like, oh wait, what about the actual gimmick? Legend gimmick. I was gonna say, aside from the legend gimmick, I'll get off of that so I don't like start going on a tangent. I really like the whole thing about Geats' mask is just like a literal like those half fox masks you see
yeah.
a lot of like not people but I guess some people, but in like a lot of Fox type characters in fiction wear or whatever. So I kind of want to see where that goes.
What was the name of the villain in Ninja or Ninja
Yeah,
Steel?
that one, Kiba Oni.
Was that QAmon? I think.
Yeah, QAmon. That's what I meant.
And then like speaking of Mon, like Sakuyamon from Digimon. Like the half fox mask. Like
yeah, I don't know. I just think aesthetically, I know that's probably going to be a nightmare in stunts. I really hope that they make sure that like the ear things are like pretty sturdy.
because it's from what we see, it's like a hollow material or hollow, like it's see through. So it's like it's those like very probably thin like plastic points, and then disconnecting back there. I mean, aesthetically it looks cool, but yeah, let's hope when they do a tuck and roll, they they switch to a stunt helmet that just has like probably like soft rubber bits, like or maybe like this, like on my headphones where this is like soft. So
yeah, you don't want like a repeat of like that one stage show for Ghost where the horn just like broke off.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's unfortunate.
There was a stage show where I'm not gonna get on that. I mean, I don't know. I still really like the fact that in the Magnum form, it looks like he has prayer beads and magamatas.
Magatama.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, on the revolver piece of the buckle.
Yeah, that's what it kind of looks like. It's like, oh, so it's kind of looking like all that kind of stuff or whatever. That's kind of cool. I mean, you don't see, way too much of that then, but I mean, that I just thought that was a cool design choice.
Yeah, it is like because it's like well when I was hearing the concept of it, it's supposed to be like Kitsune with like with red bits. I wasn't expecting it to be like another half and half rider. So that was pretty cool because like we don't get a lot of specific like animal themes, to be honest. Like we get a lot of the kind of stock stuff. I mean, obviously Grasshopper, it's a staple for Kamen Rider. Typically, like if we get any like big cats, it's a tiger, or like we're thinking like bugs and beetles mostly. Whenever we get like an actual animal theme rider, it's limited. I want to say, or it's when I say limited, it's either a very common animal that they're going to be based off of, and then like maybe a mythical creature. So like we've gotten like example. Well, when Chris was talking about the stream yesterday, or in his stream yesterday, about how like it's going to be kind of like similar to Flies in a method. Like Fives, we got a wolf. Like wolf is a more recognized canid than a fox is. So it's really cool that we're getting a fox for this, and I love that they actually did that whole promo thing like a couple of days before of just Revy and Vice dancing with a bunch of dancers to "What Does the Fox Say?"
Yeah, I didn't even like when I saw that I was like, why are they doing that? And then like after Geats shows up or Geats like gets shown, it's like then it hits me. It's like, oh my god, I'm an idiot. It's like it all
Yeah,
makes sense now. It's all connected.
I was told the concept of Geet, so when I heard Fox and then I just saw that video, I was like, those cheeky sons of
Really. I mean, I was still excited. I'm still on board with this now. I mean, I was a little confused like after hearing that was a Fox Kitsune after like for so long wanting it to be the wolf axe thing. I was pretty excited, but like this is
like
this
the
is just
Viking
as good.
thing. I'm wondering if maybe when that wolf axe thing came up, what if it was Geets, but he had maybe an axe style buckle.
Maybe that's probably maybe something. I mean, but I just think another thing for Geats I think is really interesting is and actually kind of funny is the name of his weapon. It's just the 40x Magnum, just like spells out Fox Magnum. Like if
Oh,
you actually read it.
I didn't notice that. So here, I know that we have yet to see it actually in product, except for just this promo picture right here with the buckle holder. So yeah, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why. I just think that's funny. So I don't like. I saw on Japanese Twitter somebody pointed it out. It's like, oh, 40x, 40x Fox Magnum is like, Toei, those cheeky bastards. No, like,
but yeah, it's like if we had gotten this instead of Force back then, I think that would have helped with a lot more of the 40 thing because well, we're in this is our 51st anniversary.
Yeah,
I guess. So it's like, yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, that dude, I'm really hoping that if we do get Figuarts over here, and we do get them, that like it is kind of based like on a modular system, so you're able to switch between. I mean, that's gonna make it pricey as hell, but
I mean,
I'm really
they could just do what they've been doing with the Seiho O's and just make like the torso swap like really easy. So I mean I really love the Seiho O's swap system. So I think if they did that and implemented it for the mainline for Geats, that would be pretty cool. I mean, of course, you're gonna have to swap out the head if you want to do like the turbo chest with the
boost
legs.
chest with the magnum legs. Yeah, because I think it's the eyes are dependent. Actually, I think that the head stays the same, but the eye color is what changes.
I think I also saw like the lower jaw changes too. So probably be like an evil kind of situation where the upper face changes when the form changes out. But that I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking like that. But I mean, I still think just the whole buckle system is kind of cool. And I mean, I keep calling it a bit beast, but I think the center thing where you change like the rider symbol, like that's all I can think of is like, man, they gave the rider drivers bit beasts? Is like, is this basically what it is? Is it Xaid, Beyblade? Thinking like another thing to make a joke about. Oh man, I don't know why. I just also think going back to what I was talking about with Maritamas and all that kind of stuff, I think aesthetically, like how they blended all that kind of stuff is like really cool too. So I don't. Maybe it's just me being a big special effects, practical effects person, or whatever. I'm glad that Ryder hasn't ever, besides when they actually do CGI, like when it comes to practical effects, all the suits or whatever, that's what I always watch for. And like seeing all the new suits to bring on is like so cool. I mean, that's what I think. And we're gonna get Buffer later. I want to see how that one looks because that's going to be interesting.
So Okay, so there's like a little bit of a white outline that pops up
Mm-hmm.
when he goes into Magnum,
Yeah,
or has Magnum as the upper torso.
yeah,
So
because I seen with Boost the booster form, like he had a red jaw.
mm-hmm.
So it's like
Let me see if I can pull that one up.
yeah, I
Let's
just
see
seen
here.
it like that long ago.
It's very blurry here, but
Yeah, yeah,
okay. Yeah, it
okay.
looks like that his eye, like I said, the eye color does change. It looks like that, at least from what I can see here, it's like a little more yellow.
I don't think the water jet form's eyes change, not change, but
It,
jaw
it
changes that
doesn't. I
much.
think it's specific because I think that any of the weapon buckles that we kind of get, like
Yeah, the
hammer
tiny
and
buckles.
water, it just changes whatever unit it is attached to. So
Yeah, so I mean, but besides that, and speaking of that, I just think it's like just really funny. Oh yeah, so the jet form or the water jet form,
mhm.
besides him using it as a tonfa, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, the water jet form just has a black chin, so that I think just if it's a more substantial buckle, then yeah, it's probably going to change the lower jaw. But like, yeah, when it's just the the tiny dinky little buckle, it's probably just going to be like the regular top half of the face, and then the rest of the body. But I
Yeah,
think having a rider with a base suit that actually shows up in the series and not just like Ghost showing up for mid transformation or whatever. I kind of want to see just like a fight of him like in the base suit and nothing else.
I feel like we will get that. But then like he'll immediately grab one of these smaller buckles to use. Kind of, if we're thinking that this is definitely going to be kind of like Xade in the terms of like it being more video game related, I could see them doing that where they just randomly grab power ups here and there, and that's how we kind of market the smaller buckles. It's like, oh, this week he gets this water gun. Oh, this week he gets a hammer. But
This and here for the special, we have the golden hammer or the golden thing this week. So I mean, it's not going to show up in the show, but hey, here's a lucky draw golden hammer. So
it's the trophy that they end up winning or something like that.
yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I mean, God, I don't know why I think it's funny. I mean, I don't play Fortnite that much myself, but I can still like I still love seeing the jokes about Geats just basically being Kamen Rider Fortnite. It's like, oh, when Geats
And
beats a bad guy or a villain, he just like does like the basic dance, which is just poison from the the song Poison.
what
God,
happened
I
to
can't.
you? Like after a battle, what happened to you, guys? Yeah, believe it. This like Fox kid came out of nowhere and then flossed on me after he beat me.
Yeah, it's just like he's dead. It's like, oh Christ, oh no, logs off. It's like, oh, like,
I mean, it'll be
God,
pretty interesting if they do make this video game related, considering what we have with Dawn Brothers right now. Um,
yeah, oh God, I'm having Halo flashbacks.
oh
It's like, what
no!
did he do? I was like, so how? I was like, what did he do after he beat you? He teabagged me. I don't know why, but he teabagged me. Oh, it's like, well,
One more, like
we know what generation that kid's from. I kind of going
what's his
back to that.
username? Lipton.
I kind of want to. Oh, I'm having a little bit of asthma attack.
You okay, buddy?
Okay, okay, I'm good. I'm good. I definitely want to see more when it comes to. I mean, I'm pretty. I don't know how we're gonna do with trying to think how many more Dons we're gonna get later on in the series, but I definitely want to see like where they're going with that because they say they were gonna do at least one or two more Dons in the series.
Oh, besides, okay, we got Don Momotaro, Don Dragoku slash Torbolt, Don Murasame, who I think that if Murasame does get purified, maybe they might make him based off of Urashimataro.
I kind of want to see if he doesn't get purified or doesn't become like a teammate. I want to see Murasame turn into like a battleizer kind of thing. But that's just me.
Like a Gaizoic situation.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
That would be pretty cool though. Like get shark armor bits on Don Momotaro or one of any of the other Don brothers.
Yeah. I've always liked battleizers anyway, so it's like, oh man, that'd be cool if they made Don Murasami a battleizer if he turns good. So, but I mean, I think I'm just a little bummed that Don Murasami doesn't have like a straight up changer, that the sword is him, the changer, and like all the stuff. He doesn't use gears either. So
Yeah, it can recognize the gears that are in uh, the Dawn Blaster, which is weird. Like when you have it connected, and you're like, I guess it's kind of like with his son with Don Motaro's sunglass sword. It's like they, there's a link or something there. But yeah,
mm-hmm.
what we saw is that he turns into
About
Operator
killer.
Killer. Yeah, like he just guitar strings his ninja sword and becomes him.
Man, I saw a clip of that, and it's still gonna bother me because they did the same thing in Super Ninja Steel. Like About a Killer's like neck is white.
I
It's,
think that
they probably lost the suit or something.
well, it should be the underhood for the suit
Oh
that
yeah.
determines the neck. So it might have been they just grabbed like the wrong one, which is funny because Don Murasame does have a black underhood for his neck,
Yeah,
so it's
maybe.
like it
It's
just
like, how
borrowed that
hard
one.
is it just to swap out the underhoods? It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, so that's probably just what happened is that they used the wrong underhood.
Yeah.
Uh, like it's not like I mean I hope that they've fixed the paint. I mean I haven't really paid attention to Blade if they fixed the paint on his helmet, but
Oh god, the piss blade.
uh, yeah, or like well we know that I think that they restored or made a new version of the double suit like for later things because I haven't seen like those very bad tears that it had during the X8
Oh yeah.
crossovers or yeah.
Yeah, and you see like the extreme suit on display, and it's just, that's not gold extreme. That's regular extreme. It's just yellowed to shit.
It's likely what paint material they use for that centerpiece because I think that's a translucent plastic actually. Uh,
Yeah, it's most
so
likely.
it might
I
just be
mean,
actually that plastic then that yellowed. But
I'm actually kind of wondering. I wonder how hard it is for Toei to swap out, like, because if they can update or if they can fix the Gills suit,
mm-hmm.
which we know to be famously just fucked up for the longest time, like, how hard is it for them to like just change like a faceplate for Blade and then give him not a T-shirt or purple T-shirt or whatever for a comeback or whatever for that? I mean, that go. I'm sorry for going off subject for a second, but
No,
like
you're
when
fine.
you,
This is like we're talking suits, so
I mean, yeah, that was like really like watching that episode of Zio and just seeing the like the suit. It just looks like, so his arms are regular colored, his pants are regular colored, but then he just has like a purple, straight purple shirt, and his helmet still looks like a piss helmet. It's like, oh, come on, guys. It's
yeah,
like,
it's just I
but
don't know, man. They probably put a lot of their other budget into other like suits,
yeah,
so that's why I'm hoping that with this. I mean, we already saw that they retooled Fire Hedgehog's uh,
mm-hmm.
gun into the water gun. Funny enough, but I'm hoping that they kind of just have their well consider they're only doing or they're doing those smaller buckles. I think that the full body suits that we get for the riders, like their actual forms, like I think that'll look a lot better than what we get. I feel like with the zombie or with Buffa, um, with the zombie, we know that goes onto just the one side. I feel like they might give him though like a little bit more than what they give Geats. So like maybe not just like his upper body. Maybe he'll also have like designed like boots or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like if they do go the route of just having the plain bodysuit underneath or the plain black suit for anybody that doesn't have like double buckle, uh, that's an easy way to go about things, but it won't look as aesthetically pleasing. But I guess it really depends on what we see, though. But I mean, I'm
Yeah,
loving the fact that when we see from the zombie buckle that it has that kind of rib cage effect. So I'm hoping that we get kind of like
yeah,
another dangerous zombie situation of
that would be
like.
cool to see if the buffa chest is just like rib cages up here.
Hmm.
I mean, heck, I would totally be down if they retooled the I'm trying to think of the Chimera and Juga suit chest to be that, because that chest just looks so out of place, and I don't even know what the chest is from. I don't know if it's a new piece or I don't even know what they used that from. But that would be a cool chest piece to be used in the future. So
Yeah, let
speak
me try and see if I can pull up Juga and see what.
well, while you're talking about that, I definitely would think it would be interesting to see like the smaller item power ups
Mhm.
be just like reused assets from suits that haven't been used in like years. So just have like the hammer power up be just like one of Forze's like hammer arms or whatever. Or
I feel like they will do that for the hammer. They will do that with the hammer module. I think that's the easy way to go about a lot of these smaller weapons. Is just those gimmicks that don't have a lot of use nowadays. I mean, when's the last time we saw Forze in a crossover
exactly.
that you use like all of his stuff?
But yeah, like
But
I said, for Juga, like that part of the chest, that definitely looks like if you color it a certain way, that could probably work as a rib cage. But I swear, like I keep thinking I see this in this rib cage in another suit besides Chimera and Juga and um the other guy. I can't remember his name right now, but you know who I'm talking about.
Daemon.
But yeah, Damon. It's like I see it in those three, but like it looks so out of place. It's like with Storius or um why am I why is my brain blocking out the
Solomon?
villain from Sabers? Yeah, Storius and Solomon, just like because it's like reused from one of the Zeo grunts,
Yeah.
you know, it just looks so out of place. So yeah, the coloring and whatever just looks so out of place with like both of those suit with but all three Daemon, Chimera, and Juga. Like the coloring looks so out of place for the chest in there. So I feel like it's meant to be used for something else. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just me.
No, you're good,
I'll
man.
give it
But
to
like
Toei
it would.
though. What? Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I'll give it to Toei though. They know how to recycle their shit, even if like it's like, oh, what happened to this part of the suit? Oh yeah, we used it for an anniversary season about like 2-3 years ago. What? Now we have to repaint it? It's like the whole thing with laser level 0 X8 helmet again, where like the X8 hair is like colored yellow for the rest of the season after the special.
Mm. Well, and then we had kind of that approach with I think Decades Kuga, because like I think that they painted over the armor like silverish, and then they painted it the red, and that's a like metallic cherry red. So like almost every Kuga we see now on doesn't have like the kind of more glossy red. It's more or that uh kind of more standard red, like kind of like how we have on Saber here. It's not like this kind of red. It's just
Yeah,
metallic red.
yeah,
Um,
and I think that's definitely the problem. As much as I give praise to Toei for reusing assets they haven't used in like 10, 15, 20 years or whatever, sometimes it can be a problem when you want to bring a rider back, but oh, we already repainted this suit like 3 or 4 times. We can't, it's going to not look very good after so long. So, I mean, that'd
yeah,
be
so
interesting
I'm
to
I'm
see.
glad that they did get Poppy back for the John and Aguilera like featuring Rider Girl special because
Yeah,
we
especially
we
now.
we we've seen what Jean Invincible Jean is made out of. So
Well, then we're never going to see that Poppy suit again unless they fix it, unless they repaint it or make a new one.
repaint it, make it Poppy Gamdeus with all those extra tentacles from the Magia.
Yeah.
that could actually work, to be honest.
Yeah. Or hyper Poppy.
Hyper Poppy. Hyper
Poppy
Muteki
Popple.
Poppy. Too bad the Hyper Muteki Gashite can't even fit though in the bubble driver.
It
It has
definitely
to be.
can, but that'd be funny though. Just like, oh, why does Poppy have all these tendrils on her back? In canon, it's just Hyper Poppy. Well, it's actually we just took the Poppy suit and then stuck some tendrils for another rider. So, speaking of that, I am definitely glad. Not only have we had a badass female rider that, I mean, sometimes she's had her issues. We've had a badass female rider all season. She doesn't get nerfed like Yua did. She's been there the whole time, and she even gets a power up. Like, this is it's like we're eating good with sometimes. It's like, come
Times
on.
have changed, man.
I'm glad times have changed. I mean, like at first, like it felt like female riders were a joke, and then, I mean, and then you get like a situation like Poppy. Poppy sticks around, and she's pretty good, but then like she's only around for a couple episodes and
She
gets
doesn't
kind of
really
nerfed
get
a little
to.
bit.
Yeah, she doesn't really get to fight. Like,
I mean, when she does fight, she's only fighting for Cronus, so it's like, and then she becomes a damsel, and then Nico gets nerfed. Yeah,
despite being,
God, so
like
then
the person that they're kind of like setting up to, like, hey, she'll, win the game, or, and then like she'll probably be able to become closest to Cronus, and then instead Taiga gets it as a
yeah,
power up.
it's like, bro, what the heck? You just like you were hyping up this whole thing where she was going to become the next Kamen Rider Chronicle, and then it was like, oh hey, no, we're gonna give it to Snipe, we're gonna give it to Taiga. It's like, come on.
I mean, it would have been cool if we got like a Cronus Snipe hybrid, rather than just getting the Cronus suit overall.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, there definitely was something like missed out on in X8. It's like you had like you could use a level. Like, I guess they kind of did it with Laser and X8, but like
mm-hmm.
you had like you could put Bang Bang shooting in Title Quest in the same, like in the
Taka.
together in the driver. It would have been cool to have like a double
Hybrid
form,
forms.
yeah,
Yeah.
double form, like in more than one episode or something of like having another character steal the thing. But it was just not really utilized. So I definitely, when it comes up coming to Geats, I definitely want to see how we're gonna have like buckle changes. Is like if Geats is gonna get the zombie thing first and try to use it, but then Buffa takes it, or you know, like somebody's gonna take another thing from their main buckle, and then another rider's gonna take it, and like they're gonna use two buckles at once of like top. I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's just a really cool thing that we're getting with all of these different like capabilities with this rider. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I feel like because we're going to be getting the Legend Rider stuff, it's not going to be as elaborate
Mm-hmm.
as they're probably going to be like the smaller buckles, which is fine with me. But like we said, or like I mentioned earlier, if you guys want to order these right now, on other like sites, like AmiAmi and Amazon Japan, those orders are going to be opening on August 20th, I believe. But you can get your orders right now if you want to help support the US release on Toku Collectibles.
Please support
Uh,
their US release. I'm going to tell you that right now.
like a big shout out to like Team Kamen Rider and Chris and all those other bigger influencers that have been able to kind of help push along to a way to show them that like, hey, there's fans here. There's people who want to buy this stuff. We want to be able to access this stuff a lot more easier. And obviously times are tough. We've been technically year 3 in a pandemic. I mean, things are getting a little better, but new variants and new warriors always rise up. So I know that, like,
Jeez.
off topic, I think that even though I'm supposed to technically return to the office August 8th, a lot of the other like units around here, they're not even coming back. They're staying remote. So
Dang. Yeah.
yeah, but like I said, if you want to get your orders in, if you want to get early in on the orders, like I said earlier in the video, I will be getting a copy of the Japanese release just so I can do a review for you guys up here on the channel, just so you guys can see what it's like, and get a little hype for it because like, hey man, Geats is coming. It's like only a couple more weeks left of Revice. So, but if you guys want to get the U.S. release, like I said, they released November. You can get the Desire Driver by itself currently on to collectibles for 70, and then the Buffer set for 100, which is actually honestly not that bad.
That's really
with
good.
with all you're getting. Essentially, you're only looking at like a $30 difference between that and the Japanese release, to be honest, and that's really good. So, guys, keep up the support. Like make sure that you guys pick those up. I'm not sure if they're going to be also at GameStop. I have a couple buddies that work there. I'll ask them if they see or notice it. But these are typically going to likely go to those retailers that do carry collectible stuff. That more well known for carrying collectible stuff. So like GameStop, Think Geek, maybe. But yeah, whenever you guys can, just make sure you can tune into Geats. Not sure what I'm going to be doing on the channel. I think next we're actually going to be doing a boys episode on the 16th, so you guys can tune in on that. Caboose, man, thanks for coming in. Like, it's really good.
I did what I could.
Yeah, it's good to see you, buddy. We really need to get another game night of Jackbox with those guys.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. And that would be cool to do a stream for like that whole thing too. So
yeah, because we come up with some hilarious stuff, guys. So if anything, why don't we do that? Like after this, Caboose, let's ping the guys in the server, see if they want to play tonight. If they ever available.
I definitely will try. Mm-hmm. I do have to finish editing this documentary I'm working on, but if you guys don't know, we're in a big Toku photography server. We're all a bunch of cool dudes that like to take photos of Toku toys. I mean, I don't know how we're gonna do can we do any credits like in the description or whatever for some people, or
I don't know, because like I mean I can put the edits in afterwards for the description, but yeah, I mean you guys can find Caboose like I know that he and I butted heads back when we were younger, but then again we were younger, so
hey, we're good now. We're totally cool good now. So
we like to take awesome photos. Caboose does a lot of hilarious TikToks. He does a lot of awesome photos. Is actually I think it was your idea though to set up the group or this Discord server, right?
Yeah, it was actually my idea first off to do the Discord server because we were just doing a Twitter chat, and I was like, man, this just kind of feels disjointed. So we made the Discord server, and now everybody is just like really buddy and everything. So yeah. I guess while I'm here, I'll just plug all my stuff before I go. Check out Rider Time on Instagram, Caboose Ed on TikTok, Caboose Ed on Twitter, Caboose Lad on Instagram, and Caboose Ed on Instagram. I have a lot of that stuff. And if you want to support like my art page, Caboose Ed Art, I don't want to ramble. It's just a lot of Caboose variants. So yeah, just check out all those things. So
yeah, you guys can see a lot of his artwork. I think one of the most recent ones he did was actually Kamen Rider Geats. So definitely take a look at that, guys, if you can. Thanks for tuning in. I know that this is kind of a spur of the moment, but then again, this was a spur of the moment news, especially with this coming out. I honestly was expecting this news of the Geats stuff coming out later in the year. But yeah, we'll save that talk for another time. But thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time, I believe on the 16th for the boys. So I'll talk to you guys later.
Take care.
See ya.